How do I tell my boyfriend that I'm breaking up with him because of the sex? So, I, 30F, like many others during COVID, are finding out that my partner, 34 meters, and I are just not that compatible. We have a great life in a lot of ways, but I generally don't think our personalities mesh. One of these reasons is very obvious when we have sex, which is like 1-2x per week. I rarely enjoy it. I want it to be over as soon as it starts. He's not sensual, has no swag, and overall the sexual emotional connection I'm looking for just isn't there. We have been dating for 2 years and I'm just exhausted thinking about this and trying to help him become better in bed. I am taking space this week to think and be alone, but if/when we break up, how do I explain this to him? I know he's going to be very confused. I also don't want to hurt him, so I'm thinking of not even mentioning the sex. Info like this would destroy the male ego. I'm also thinking maybe I should wait until after COVID gets better, but the thought of having to have sex with him for many more months is not a good one. Breaking up with someone right now sounds like a nightmare. Another part of me is wondering if a lot of women/couples end up feeling this way after years of being together. Is this just the natural fade of attraction after being in a committed relationship? One thing I always like to point out is that a relationship isn't a legal contract. You don't have to give some kind of rock-solid reasoning for breaking up. You don't even have to have a good reason. You shouldn't just throw away a good relationship for a minor one-time issue, but in general, if there's a problem, it's not getting better, it's totally okay to break it off if you want to. It's just not working out or something like that is fine. You don't need to work up a PowerPoint with detailed reasoning. How good are you at communicating your needs/wants to him? Depending on how you answer that question, maybe spend the next few months practicing that on him. Result might be the same, but you have worked on a valuable relationship skill and killed a few months of the pandemic. This is also a really good suggestion. This was me in my last relationship. Constantly wanted to have sex, but as you described, no swag, not sensual, no lust, just what felt like uncomfortable forced sex. I too was exhausted from trying to work on it and struggling to go through the motions. Sex is only one aspect of the relationship though, so I tried to continue to work on it. Eventually, it was too much for me to deal with. It's definitely not the natural fade of attraction. I've been in a 3 and a 5 year relationship. Never was an issue. This was clearly an issue of physical incompatibility. For me, this is by far the most I've ever seen swag used in this context. Breakups are shitty, especially after 2 years of a committed relationship, but it's better to do this now than when you're married and have to get courts and lawyers involved. I've been there. It sucks. My opinion with breakups is that no one is owed anything. Letting someone down gently does not exist. He will be hurt, and he will be hurt badly. Unless, of course, he is having doubts as well, and even then it can sting a lot. I think you can say, "This isn't working out. I think we need to go our separate ways." When he asks why, you can be vague. It's really not any specific thing or things. I don't feel the emotional connection I once felt, and I don't think it's fair to either one of us to continue in this relationship if I'm not 100% committed. I really regret not being more honest with exes about why we broke up. With hindsight, I feel like I did them a disservice and wish I'd actually said what the problem was. But you have to do what will make you happy in the long run. We only get one life. GF, 24F, called out another guy's name repeatedly while having sex. Backstory: me, 32M, and my GF, 24F, had been together for about 6 months now. Things had progressed well except a few hiccups here and there. She has this guy friend, 25M, she knows well long before knowing me. They hang out frequently, and talk every day, but she assured me they are platonic. I believe her. She had even shown me texts between them, and it is as platonic of a friend as much as I can see. Problem: we were having a great time and drank a little too much. We both were inebriated. She much more than me. We proceed in the bed bedroom. She started yelling out her guy friend's name multiple times while we were intimate. I have confronted her the next morning. She stated she doesn't remember any of it. She is more puzzled than apologetic. She is very confused and swear that they never had any relationship other than just friends and would never see him that way. Thanks for reading. Where do I go from here? Is this even worth working out for? Oof, someone's a liar. Oh no, F. Too much there to work through. Leave now, spare yourself. Is this even worth working out for? After 6 months? No, it is not. The only way to fix this is to have sex again, and this time you call out the other guy's name multiple times. Either she's fantasizing about him or she's remembering him. I'm not sure what to advise. I don't know if I could accept her confusion about it. Has she ever had a BF tell her, why did you yell out so-and-so's name last night? Is this really the first time she's done this? It just doesn't add up. Sounds like she's expecting you to just sweep it under the rug. How to get over a dude you were never official with. I'm a dumbass clown, so be aware. Clicked really well, W dude. He was the only person I really spoke with, honestly. We spoke every day, all day, then out of nowhere he got very dry and stopped talking me completely. It's been exactly 15 days since our last talk. I'm such a clown. We had some of the best conversations, at least from my POF. We texted each other all day and even spoke about marriage and moving away together. Yes, my dumbass thought we'd actually get married. I even told my friends how great of a dude he was. Thing is, he told me he got ghosted and was hurt. He even told me a deep story about his ex and how her ghosting him affected him badly, so I thought he'd never do the same thing to me. Well, look at my clown ass now. At first, I didn't care, but now I just feel like crying. I just deleted everything he sent me thinking it would help, but now I feel like crying even more. I hate this feeling. I know we weren't official, but I truly thought he felt something. Apparently not. I'm such a clown. Anyways, he knows my Reddit, so if you're seeing this, thank you for making me feel like this. Edit, thank you for all the nice, supportive comments. I literally keep rereading all these comments. Y'all are so amazing. Except for the dude that said he ghosts people. You're not a dumbass clown. Getting ghosted sucks ass, and I speak from experience. You didn't really say if you guys hung out in person, but that doesn't matter. What matters is he's probably not honest or brave enough to tell you he probably wasn't feeling it, or that he didn't want to continue talking for X and Y reason. Some people are just not cut out for confrontations, so they opt for slipping away and cutting contact without any explanation. It will suck for a little bit, maybe even a while, but I promise you will get through it. Try to distract yourself, and bit by bit he'll fade away from your mind. Someone who doesn't have the balls to tell you straight up if he doesn't want to continue whatever you guys had doesn't deserve a second of your time. They don't respect or care about you. It sounds like you guys had nothing serious, so this would make it easier. Just give it time. I used to have an unofficial relationship with this guy. Thought he was amazing, perfect in every way, and I thought, finally, I found someone I can see myself being with. He was the kindest soul I've ever met, heart made of gold, and he listened to the same music I do. I fell too fast and he ended up ghosting me for a while. I was hurt. He told me all the time how much he liked me and how he wanted to be with me. He texted me a few days later saying his ex started messaging him again and he wants to try again with her. It hurt as much as a breakup and I cried for days. I couldn't understand how he could throw away what we were making together to try to be with someone who hurt him so much. Fast forward a couple months. I met someone new. What I thought was perfect before was irrelevant and overshadowed. This man was literal perfection to me. Everything I would want in a partner. He has a heart that beats for me and reassures me daily how much he loves me. We listen to the same music, both love drawing/tattooing. We are basically the same person in different bodies. He has never mistreated me, and the fact I found someone better is almost unreal because at the time I didn't think it was possible. The guy who ghosted me came back a couple months in my new relationship to tell me his ex-girlfriend ended up doing the same thing to him and hurt him again and how he wanted to try again. By then it was too late. I am way happier now, and in a way I am thankful he ended up leaving/ghosting me. When one door closes, another opens. You never know when it will happen, it happens when it is least expected. It takes time to get over something like this. Just because he wasn't your BF doesn't mean you don't have feelings for him. Try to distract yourself. Before you know it, you will go whole days without thinking about it. I've been in this situation before, almost to a T, so that's spooky. I'll be honest with you, it was hard. We would see each other almost every day for 3 months, no title, and I thought I met my soulmate. In the beginning, he was everything perfect. Long story short, he was severely depressed and had some other things he needed to sort out in his life. Like his lying, smiley face. Anyway, it's not always you and you're not a clown, remember that. Peas. Almost a year after I got over it and found my current boyfriend who I've been dating for a year now. And I'm happy. I hope he does read this. Why do people do that? Why do they always say, oh, my ex did this, fill in the blanks //, and it made me feel shit. And then they go and do that exact same thing? My ex did the same thing. Apparently her previous partner had cheated on her and broke her heart, etc, etc. Then she goes and does the same thing to me. I hope he reads what you have written and understands that you can't play with people's hearts and souls. It's unforgivable.